Title: The Love That Built a Home. In a quiet town in Maplewood, where the streets were lined with tall oak trees and the evening air always smelled like fresh bread from the small bakery on the corner, lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was not rich. He worked long hours repairing cars in a small garage. His hands were always covered with grease, and his clothes carried the smell of engine oil. But Daniel had something more valuable than money. He had a heart full of kindness. One autumn afternoon, while the golden leaves danced in the wind, Daniel walked into a small bookstore called The Quiet Page. He loved books because they allowed him to travel the world without leaving town. That day, something unexpected happened. As he reached for a novel on the top shelf, another hand reached for the same book. Their hands touched. Daniel looked up. Standing in front of him was a young woman with soft brown eyes and a warm smile. Her name was Emily. Emily had just moved to Maplewood to start a new job as a school teacher. She loved stories, music, and the peaceful rhythm of small-town life. "I'm sorry," Daniel said, smiling shyly. "You can take it." Emily laughed softly. "No," she replied. "You saw it first." They ended up sitting together in the corner of the bookstore, talking about books, dreams, and life. What started as a simple conversation slowly became something deeper. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Daniel began walking Emily home every evening after work. Sometimes they would stop for coffee. Sometimes they would sit in the town park and watch the sunset paint the sky orange and pink. Emily loved how Daniel treated everyone with respect. The elderly neighbor, the children in the street, even strangers. Daniel loved how Emily saw beauty in small things. The sound of rain, the smell of flowers, the laughter of children. One winter night, snow began to fall across Maplewood. The whole town looked like a beautiful white painting. Daniel invited Emily to the park. In the middle of the snow-covered field stood a small wooden bench where they had shared many conversations. Daniel took a deep breath. "Emily," he said, his voice gentle but nervous. "You make my world brighter. When I'm with you, everything feels right. I don't have much money, but I promise to love you, protect you, and build a happy life with you." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Daniel," she whispered, "love is not about money. It's about the heart." She took his hands. "I choose you." That night, under the falling snow and glowing streetlights, their love story truly began. Years passed. Daniel worked harder and eventually opened his own garage. Emily became one of the most loved teachers in town. Their small house was always filled with laughter, warmth, and kindness. Neighbors often said that the house on Oak Street felt like sunshine even on cloudy days. They helped people in their community. They donated books to children who couldn't afford them. They fixed cars for families who had no money to pay. And the love between them never faded. Instead, it grew stronger every year. Because real love is not just about romance. Real love builds homes. Real love heals hearts. Real love brings people together. And the greatest benefit of love is that when you give it, it multiplies. Daniel and Emily discovered that the secret to happiness was simple. Love deeply, care for others, and never stop choosing each other. Their story became one of the most beautiful love stories in Maplewood. A reminder that true love is not measured by wealth or fame, but by kindness, loyalty, and a heart willing to give. And somewhere in their cozy living room, a small wooden sign hung on the wall that read, "Love is the greatest gift we can give." Read hard. If you enjoyed this beautiful love story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more sweet and inspiring stories about love, family, and life.